Very welcome. And there's something about this room, I don't know what it is, but there's something very inviting about this place. This is where I trained as a referee, in this room, whenever, 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was. And as you know, we've had many conventions here, many meetings, many workshops over different things, and it's always a nice place to come. So you're all very welcome. It never happens that we get together as a group of referees. And I should say, not everybody was invited to this. We have 64 referees active last year in GGE. That's what I counted. 64 who refereed at least a game or a tournament. Out of that 64, myself, Ray, Des and Marcus and the RSE and went down through a list, and it was aimed at people who have a few years experience or are committed or both to refereeing in GGE, because we couldn't get, it wasn't going to be possible to have so many people in one room. Welcome, and I wanted to say thank you to you guys, because you're the guys who keep the show on the road, you know, with everybody is here who's is a dedicated referee. They're serious about it. So thank you very much for that. So also thank you, Kaylee, is, as you met last night. It's good that you've met her. Kaylee is the Health and Wellbeing Officer for Europe, and she's here, well, I think for two reasons. One, because she has I'm curious to see what's going to happen after the break, okay? In relation to, I'll let you introduce them at the time, okay? But she's got an expert coming in talking about who specializes specifically in refereeing in, not GEA, it's his first time doing GEA, but other sports, and it's very similar. And the other thing is because most of you probably don't know Kaylee in her capacity. I know some of the French know her from playing and things like that. But it is something that we haven't approached in GGE in terms of mental health and dealing with. And as a group of people, we are probably, maybe if you leave child protection aside, but we're probably the group that need the help more. And you know, sometimes you don't, maybe you're fine, maybe things don't, but we're in it as a group as well, particularly at tournaments. And you know, it's good that we're at least taking a first step along this road. And I don't think, in all honesty, I don't think the GA in general do a great job in this. I think they've got a bit to go on it, okay? So, and then our main guest speaker will be David. And this is not David's first time to GGE. He was here 2015 refereeing, was it about that? Yeah. Maastricht 2015, he was in A Coruña in 2017, refereeing the Iberian finals. But not only that, around that time and since then, David has been a constant, you know, if I need anything. And we were actually doing this workshop back in 2019. We were planning it to do it in 2020, and then it didn't happen for obvious reasons. So here we are 4 years later. I'm still here, David is still here, and there's a few new faces, and there's a few old faces still around. So I'm delighted that we're finally getting to do this, okay? It's great. John Murphy will be joining us later, chairperson of GGE, and I'll talk about GGE support for that, okay? Now, the bad news is you're going to have to, well, Daniel has suggested a fitness test first thing in the morning. No. I was kind of agreeing with him, and then I said, no, so we'll abandon that idea, okay? So the bad news is you're going to have to listen to me for the next 20 minutes, because I want to go through some stuff fairly quickly, right? You're probably a little bit bored with it, but it's good as a group of people when we're together to try and get some focus on a few things.